What's going on, brother? Welcome back to The Restored Man. I am your host, King Richard, the Lionheart, your high performance men's coach in a box. Um, I need a way better tagline than that. That's not important right now, though. So, right now, it feels like the crushing weight of the world is on your shoulders. You're feeling disconnected from your kids, from your wife, from your own business. And despite all of the personal development that you've done, despite the men's circles, the ice baths, the books that you've read, despite all the meditation, despite all the mantras, all the affirmations, despite everything that's going on, it doesn't really seem to be working right now. We both know that it all works, right? It all, that's like saying that like eating protein and lifting iron up and down like doesn't work, right? It all works. We know that. However, I did want to offer something else that could prove useful as you navigate this very, could almost feel like a suffocating time in your life. There's trips, there are races, there's so much going on, and you pair that with not feeling appreciated for all of the efforts that you've done. You've built an empire, right? You have made ungodly amounts of money through your efforts, through the way that you think, through making phone calls and doing things that sucked for a long time and can still suck, but you still put your nose to the grindstone and provide for your family. So let's just take a moment and let's acknowledge that. There he is. Okay, good. Right. Breathe. My God, man. Breathe. Take a moment. Acknowledge yourself. That is the juice. That's the most important thing. Take a moment, acknowledge yourself, because when you acknowledge yourself, you end up filling your own cup and you don't rely on anyone else's appreciation, validation, or approval to fill it for you. Okay. So that's just the first thing. The second thing, though, is Jerry Jampolsky, the author of Forgiveness, Goodbye to Guilt, and Love is Letting Go of Fear, multiple New York bestsellers, and one of my favorite thought leaders on the power of love, unconditional love, forgiveness, healing. Okay. Um, there was another one I think he wrote, Teach Only Love, too, right? They created the Center for Attitudinal Healing. uh, he and his wife had this protocol that at first I thought was really trite, was really cliched, was kind of lame, to be honest with you. But the more that I have been trying it out for myself, the more I've noticed my stress dramatically reduce. The more I have been able to pick myself back up and start fresh from a more empowered perspective, a more detached perspective, a more masculine, grounded, conscious perspective. Okay. The seat of self, that place that you arrive at when you're meditating and you can just notice your thoughts from that state of being the observer rather than the participant in your life. When you are the observer, you are at choice, you are sovereign, right? You get to decide. And so this protocol, it's just a question, right? All it is, it's just a question. And here's the question. The question is, are you willing to start anew? I'm going to let that land for you for a second. Are you willing to start anew? Right? Are you willing to start the day anew? Are you willing to start this moment anew? Are you willing to forgive yourself for how you showed up for any of it? Are you willing to are you willing to forgive the person who cut you off? Are you willing to forgive your wife, your kids, your business partner? Just like literally making forgiveness a habit. In this moment, I forgive myself for how I showed up until this moment, for my limiting and destructive thoughts. I forgive my wife for, stepping on my toes emotionally, for invalidating my request. I forgive my kids for giving me so much lip and attitude. I forgive my business partner for forgetting a very important meeting, or I forgive that one dude who wanted a refund even though he just enrolled to my group coaching program. I'm willing to forgive and start anew. How do I feel? Lighter. Okay, I feel lighter. Forgiveness is letting go of all of that baggage so we can enter the next moment completely baggage free, free from the weight of the past. We don't have to bring the resentments of the morning into the present moment at lunch, right? Or in the early afternoon. It really is that simple. Am I willing to start anew? Right? And here's the thing, you don't have to be. You can literally choose not to. No, I'm still mad. I choose that, right? But here's what it does, way more important than feeling better or hyping yourself up. Something way better than trying to be happy, even returning back to choice, returning back to sovereignty, the seat of self, right? The observer who decides what is the experience that he wants to have right now, because you determine the experience that you want to have. In my document, one of my lines is, I am that I choose the experience of the life I lead. I choose, but that's only when I'm not reacting to the world around me and I'm not reacting to my thoughts about the world around me. Am I willing to start anew? Okay, so the answer doesn't have to be yes. The answer does not have to be yes, but it also doesn't have to be no. The answer is what you choose for it to be. You got to remember that in the face of it all, in the face of it all, you decide. My invitation, try it out. In the next time where you find yourself just completely carrying the weight of the every moment that happened before today, right? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're carrying the whole morning with you. Am I willing to start anew? Yes? Cool. Hand on your heart. Forgive yourself. Forgive everybody. Forgive life. Forgive God, right? You forgive everything. Create a line in the sand. I'm dropping this all. I'm willing to approach this moment with fresh eyes, present, completely devoid of any attachments to the moment before. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work, go ahead and yell at me in the comments or just hit me up, right? But let's just see. Try it out and share your experience. I'll see you in the next one.